All right, let's get this thing started. Welcome back. This is the second live of the day. I know that I said I would be back at 5 o'clock. However, I got done earlier, so I put out a notice in my Discord that I was going to be on at 4. If you are on the Tube of You or the Stack of Sub or the Book of Faces, you will be able to watch this whenever, because I will send it back out on the Stack of Sub. What's up, Blue Honey Pot? Hello, Lydia. How are you guys? I know that I am earlier than expected, but for me, that's a great thing. And I have so much to talk about. Alaikum salam, Ahmed. How are you? Good afternoon. Yeah. Hey, tech lady. I don't even know if I said good morning. You know, who knows what I said? I have no idea what I said. Hey, Zoe. Good to see you. Thank you for joining on the Tube of You. I appreciate you very, very, very much. Yeah. So, thank you, Amy. What you doing? Hello. Oh, I love that, Abrius. Hey, Conchita. What's up, Sarah? Hello, Sherry. Hey, Candy Kiss. Hello, hello, Lavonda. Glad to see everybody being able to come back and tune back in. Hey, Marky. What's up, Ethan? Hey, yo. How are you? I am on early, blessed. I am. Alaikum salam. You haven't finished reposting videos. That's okay. You'll have more later. What's up, David? Hey, Pie Slice. So let me tell you, since this morning, I've had an opportunity to get finished up with the kids, come back here. My daughter has them for now. I was able to, double dose today. I was able to actually pull up some other documents. Frustrated that I can't find some that I can save or print, but it's okay. I found some others and it's cool. What's up, Lanny for Humanity? Hey, Jen. Hey, Brandy. Appreciate you guys very, very much. Yeah, I need US users to request up to balance the live app. That would be amazing. Yeah, so we are going to dive right on into a lot of stuff. Hey, Witch, how are you? I do want to give it a second for like folks to get in here. And at the same time, I really want to, I want to turn that off. I really want to dive right in because there's so much information that I want to get to in addition to what we covered this morning, right? So, yep, Cam, a little early. I put the notice in Discord, y'all. I put the notice in Discord. Yeah, so I don't need anybody to come up yet on the panel because I'm not opening it just yet. But just the request helps balance out the other requests that are currently in there. I do recognize that it is late there. Yeah, Jan B, a lot is going on. And to be honest, I can't even touch all of it right now. Hey, light and sweet. So listen, y'all, I see the stuff that Trump is saying about hanging Democrats. I see the stuff that is happening with ICE in Charlotte. I see that a judge is telling Trump he has to get the National Guard out of DC. Like, I see all of those things. I actually saw that a former GOP aide has now been charged because her ass lied when she said that she was attacked back in July while she was out hiking, and she actually paid someone to beat her up, zip tie her, and write Trump whore on her belly, and then Van Drew is a racist on her back. Yeah, all of it was fake. All of it was fake, and she's now being charged by the federal government. So there's that, you know? Yeah. Hey, the brothers. Yeah. Her name is Green. Her last name is Green. Hey, Kimberly. So hey, Farah. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, okay. So the girl's name is, I think, Natalie Green, but I know her last name is Green. She was a representative. She was an aide for House Representative. Last name is Van Drew. And so she had filed a complaint saying that she had been attacked in an anti-Trump attack by crazy leftists. And it turns out that she paid an artist $500 to beat her up, had zip ties behind her back, and had put on her stomach, had written on her stomach, Trump whore, and then on the back, Van Drew is a racist. And turns out it was all a lie. So when the FBI went to interview her and her friends who were supposed to be on this hike with her, her friend had actually, her friends had actually, like one of her friends had searched on her phone zip ties near me 2 days before it was reported, because they drove all the way to Pennsylvania to make this happen from Jersey. So yeah, that's how desperate they are to make it seem like it's crazy leftists when it was actually her. I said, listen, I don't want to hear shit about Jussie Smollett. I don't want to hear nothing about Jussie, nothing. And apparently when the FBI went to interview them, they didn't have the same stories. And I'm like, really, y'all, you couldn't even like get the lie together? Like, yeah, y'all need to watch some First 48 because you are not well versed. Good. Hello, Dax. How are you? So there we are. All right. So how many of you all are returning from this morning's live? If you were with me this morning, put a 1 in the comments. No, Bella, they are not that smart. They are not. Folks, if you were with me this morning, put a 1 in the comments. Yay! I love that you guys returned. So we had a lot that we talked about this morning, and I'm just going to do a very succinct recap for any of the people that are here that weren't here this morning. Okay. Thanks, Revolution. Appreciate that. Hey, Ronnie, good to see you as well. All right. So yes, outdoors. 100%, Zoe. Put your feet in the grass if you can. If you're somewhere that's warm enough for you to do that. Yeah, no worries, Candy Kiss. And no worries. Listen, guys, I was live everywhere this morning. So if you missed this morning, it is on the Tube of You, the Book of Faces, and the Stack of Sub. Okay. Well, the Stack of Sub, if you're not following me on Substack, I'm actually going to, when I get off of here, I will be emailing out this morning's live and all of that. So let me just give you a little bit of a recap from this morning. So I know, Tammy, I just finished talking about it very briefly, but let me just say this to you all. I am aware that there's a lot going on. I just can't focus on absolutely everything. And what I would rather do is be able to very thoroughly cover one topic than to talk about 300 things that are happening all at the same time. What's up, Neuro Mama? Good to see you. So I'm going to very quickly and succinctly give you a recap for this morning. Nope, not Dani for president, not Dani for office, not Dani for Congress. No, no, thank you. Oh, all right. So here we go. So let me tell you the deal. So this morning, here's my belief. Okay. I know that a lot of people are just like neck deep into the, hey, Robin D, all of the files that have just been released from the estate that came from the House Oversight Committee, right? That part, Katzmandu. And oh, did you really, Eric? You like her, right? She's amazing. So Eric attended an Indivisible Zoom with Afton, my friend who's running for Congress in Tennessee and who's gonna flip that fucking seat. I love it. Okay, so let me just tell you. So this is my thing. While I am interested in what happened between 2017 and 2019 with Jeffrey, I believe that the root of all of it can be found in the very first case in 2006 with the sweetheart deal or the deal of a lifetime that Jeffrey was given back then. What's up, Lisa girl? Okay. So what I have been doing is pouring back through that grand jury testimony along with the OPR report. So earlier this morning, when we were reading Alex Acosta's testimony before the House Oversight Committee, he kept referring to the OPR report. So I went and pulled it because I wanted to see what he was talking about and what they said in the OPR report. I am Celia B. I put in the Discord that I was going to be able to come on at 4. I put it in there about an hour ago, about 3 o'clock. So I have that, but I also have a few other things. Josh Michael, please don't spam my comments. If you've got something to say it once. Don't say it repeatedly or you're going to get booted from the live. Somebody go ahead and block his ass for not listening. That's just the dumbest shit ever to come in here and type, God bless Trump 20 damn times. Like, dude. Hey, Robin, good to see you. All right. So, hey, happy girl. Okay. So let me go ahead and give you the gist of what happened this morning. So Alex Acosta, that is the guy that you see that is beside Donald Trump. So Donald Trump in the photo that's on my screen, Donald Trump is in between Jeffrey and Alex Acosta. Okay. Alex Acosta is very important because he testified before the House Oversight Committee just 3 months ago in September. Okay. And I contend that he lied to the House Oversight Committee 100%. And I say that with straight conviction. Okay. Um, and Alex Acosta was the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida in 2005 and 2006, from 2005 to 2009. Yeah, Tim, this is important. And I got to come back and like finish up kind of. And there's even a lot more that I went digging around today because I wanted some clarity on some other things. So here's the thing. So this morning, well, let me ask them because God, I don't want to just like dive all the way in. So anyway, Alex Acosta lied. How briefly can I say this? Salam, Petal. Okay, listen. Palm Beach police had started to investigate Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you for the dragon. And when they investigated Jeffrey back in 2005, Palm Beach Police Department off the bat had more than one victim. Okay. Now, I just want to tell you something. The grand jury was done on July 19th. Okay. Prior in the probable cause, because I've actually read the probable cause report from the Palm Beach police, and I'm going to read it to you. You will see that what happened hey, Nikki, how are you? What happened in this grand jury is crazy. So I'm going to back up and because I want to bring it all together for you. Okay. Alex Acosta went to Harvard University. He went to Harvard College, graduated law school in 94. In 95, he clerked for 1 year. He clerked for 1 year under Sam Alito, who at that time was a Third Circuit federal judge. After he clerked for Sam Alito in 95, in 96, because he only clerked for 1 year. So in 96, he joins a law firm by the name of Kirkland and Ellis. You may remember that name because Kirkland and Ellis is the law firm that volunteered to do pro bono work for Donald Trump. Okay. So if you are taking little notes, if you are trying to put things together, you want to write down the names Alex Acosta. You want to then write down Kirkland and Ellis, because that's going to be important here in just a second. And while he was at Kirkland and Ellis, Alex Acosta was an associate. That's all he was an associate. Okay. Now, at the time, a man by the name of Jay, and I want to make sure I say Lefkowitz. Jay Lefkowitz was a partner at Kirkland and Ellis. Okay. So I want you to think we are at 1996. Alex Acosta, just 2 years out of law school, is an associate at Kirkland and Ellis. And one of the partners at Kirkland and Ellis is a gentleman by the name of Jay Lefkowski. Okay. When Alex Acosta is interviewed by the House Oversight Committee just 3 months ago, he was asked the question, did he ever work with Jay at the time that they were there together? Was Jay his mentor? Did he do cases for Jay? And the answer to all of that was he said, not that he recalls. Not that he recalls, not that he recalls. Hey, Jen. So fast forward. After Kirkland and Ellis in 2001, George W. Bush, who is above Alex Acosta in the image, George W. Bush becomes the president of the United States. And George W. Bush, during that time frame, he appoints Alex Acosta to the National Labor Relations Board at some point. Okay. He's also had some a position in the oh, good to see you, 5077. He also had a position in like the public integrity, whatever section of the DOJ and things like that. Okay. So that was Alex Acosta. So fast forward to 2005. Alex Acosta has never, ever had any experience with a criminal trial. None, zero, zilch. And for some odd reason, towards the end of 2005, George W. Bush appoints him as the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida. A dude with no criminal experience whatsoever is now the U.S. Attorney for the entire Southern District. What's up, Iowa? Right? Now, that's interesting because at that same time, Jeb Bush was the governor of the state of Florida. It just makes me go, how did he get picked out of everybody for that role? And the other part that's interesting about this is that when he is chosen to be the U.S. Attorney for Florida, he is only there for 4 years, from 2005, the end of 2005, to 2009, which happens to also be the time frame in which Jeffrey is being investigated, gets his plea deal, and serves his time. Jeffrey stopped serving his time in 2009, which also happens to be when Alex Acosta is no longer the U.S. Attorney. Wow, right? So then they began to ask Alex Acosta if he's ever met with 4 particular women. And those 4 particular women are going to become very important in this conversation. I'm not going to say who they are right now because I need to go back and pick something up for you. Okay. They're asking him this question because they are trying to figure out what in the world and how did this plea deal kind of come about. All right. So Alex Acosta says to them, no, he's never, not that he can recall, not that he can recall, not that he can recall, not that he can recall. He then goes on to say something that's really important. He then goes on to say that he invited a guy who was the head of the child exploitation and obscenity division in the criminal division in Washington, D.C. He invited him down to negotiate with Jeffrey's lawyers. Now, Jeffrey's lawyers are asking for the entire case to be thrown out. Alex Acosta is saying that no, they were going to stick to their guns. They wanted him to do a year or 2, whatever it was, right? And what's important is that when Alex Acosta says this to the House Oversight Committee, here's what he tells them. He tells them that at that time, and I'm gonna read it to you really, really quickly. Hold on, let me find the right page. I'm at 18. Okay. So here's what he said. He said, at that time, we didn't have any evidence that he had traveled with any victims. We didn't have any evidence that there were other individuals involved. We didn't have any evidence that he traveled interstate or internationally with any victims. So he is telling, Alex Acosta is telling the House Oversight Committee just 3 days ago that at the time they are negotiating with Jeffrey's lawyers and the case has been brought to them, the U.S. Attorney's Office, that he didn't know any of those things. There was no other people involved. They weren't aware of any travel, all of that. Now, do you know the problem with that statement. The problem with that statement is Palm Beach police reports show different. Palm Beach police reports show different. So let me tell you what happened. So it's crazy. Okay, so listen. So here, the way that this case all came to be is this young girl is in high school. She gets into a fight with another girl in high school because the girl is saying you get paid to have relations with somebody. That's how you make your money. And the girl is like, no, I don't. Don't be calling me that. Blah, 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 blah. So they get into a tussle. When that fight is broken up at this high school, the assistant freshman principal finds in that girl's purse $300 in cash. So that principal, the assistant principal for the freshman, calls the mother of that student to say, hey, your kid's got $300 in cash. They are saying that she's being paid to have relations with a grown man. And so the mother is the one who called the Palm Beach police for the first time to lodge this complaint about Jeffrey. Okay. Y'all keep talking about the money. It's so much more than the money. It is so much more than the money. By the time we get through everything, you will understand that Jeffrey was the mediator and the middleman between Israeli intelligence, American intelligence, Russian intelligence, like all over the damn place. And you will understand that. And when you understand that, you will know why he got the plea deal he got. Because here's what happened. The Florida, I'm just telling y'all, money is the damn least of it. Money is the least of it. Real talk, okay? So listen, so here's what happened. So the Palm Beach Police Department is doing their investigation. And when they do their investigation, they do a probable cause statement, okay? And they take that case to the state attorney for Florida, okay? So the state's attorney's office for Palm Beach County, that's who he took it to, okay? Now, do you know what's crazy about the state's attorney's office for Palm Beach County? The prosecutor, her name is Lana. Y'all can tell I've done a little research now. I found the bitch's name. Lana actually undermined her own court case because so let me just tell you the date. Hold on. The probable cause was done July 25th of 2006. Okay. Oh, that's when it was actually uploaded. Let me see if I can find the date on the actual document. Yes, I can. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay, so the probable cause was done May 1st, 2006. Okay, so the Palm Beach Police Department did a probable cause May 1st, 2006. The Palm Beach County State's Attorney's Office did a grand jury on July 19th, 2006. That's these 105 pages I'm holding. Now, that means Jeffrey was arrested May 1st, 2006. The state's attorney's office takes a look at this case, and at first, they just wanted to let him off with like probation and what have you. And the police department was like, are you kidding me? Right? So the actual Palm Beach County State's attorney's office undermined their own case. And in this grand jury, they only had one of the victims testify. One lone little 14-year-old girl by herself was on the stand. One. I've also found documents between Jeffrey's attorneys and the lawyers. So give me a second. Yes, this is the document. So June 22nd of 2006, before this grand jury case is done, they are talking about one victim. Yeah, girl, my printer is busy. They are talking about one victim. And let me tell you what his attorney said when he was writing to the state's attorney's office to get them to drop the case. He says to Mr. Krischer, Mr. Krischer is Barry Krischer, who is he's the Palm Beach County state's attorney at the time. He says, "Dear Mr. Krischer, I write to you to confirm our meeting with Lana on June 14th, 2006. It is our hope that in light of the recent developments in this case, which we have set forth in our letter of June 5th, 2006, our meetings and herein, in particular, the fact that there is no relations alleged, this case can be disposed of with at most an informal agreement, or more appropriately, no charges being filed at all." He says, "As you know, it was only at the June 1st, 2006 meeting, after 8 months of investigation." Now listen to me, listen to that. June 1st meeting, 8 months of investigation. So if I back up from June 1st, the first 5 months are going to be 2006. So that takes me all the way back to what? October of 2005 is the investigation. You got it? You got it? Why is that important? Why is it important that the investigation was taking place at the end of 2005? Because that is when George W. Bush assigned Alex Acosta as the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida. That's why it's important. That is why it is super important. So let me tell you what he says about this girl. He says, as we've discussed many times, the girl's credibility is highly questionable and has been severely undermined by her actions over the past few months in one, repeatedly changing her age on her webpage, first 17, then 16, then 15. Barr doesn't, this is 2005. Bill Barr isn't appointing anybody in 2005. Listen, you are appointed. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You are appointed by the President of the United States. You are appointed by the President of the United States, and Jeb Bush was the governor. So here's what's important. Here's what he says. He says her credibility is shot because she was changing her age on her webpage, 17, then 16, then 15, and posting graphic, nude, and suggestive photos of herself. 2, boasting about shoplifting, underage drinking. He is going on and on to disparage this girl, this child. Okay. So, but now remember, all of this, they are talking about one victim, right? Victim blaming, 100%, a teenage girl. And I want you to be clear. I want to be clear. They keep talking about one girl. Can I share with you the Palm Beach police reports? Because they are enlightening. You ready? We're going to do the Palm Beach police reports that were before that grand jury testimony and before these letters between the attorney and Jeffrey's attorney and the state's attorney's office. I'm going to tell you what the damn Palm Beach police reports said. You ready? Here we go. So I am looking at Palm Beach police. This is the probable cause affidavit. This is what they had to fill out to get Jeffrey arrested, period. And I want you to listen to what they are saying in this probable cause affidavit and tell me how in the absolute hell anyone is pretending like there's only one victim. Listen to this. From March 15th, 2005 through February 2006, the Palm Beach Police Department conducted an SA investigation involving Jeffrey Epstein, Sarah Kellen, and Haley Robson. Now, pause right there. Pause right there. The investigation ran from March of 2005. Alex Acosta was appointed as the U.S. attorney. The middle to the end of 2005 is what he said. He said middle to late 2005. It's not a coincidence, folks. And it's damn sure not a hoax. Now, I want you to think back to what I just told you Alex Acosta said. If you look at Alex Acosta's transcript from his testimony before the House Oversight Committee 3 months ago, let me tell you what he said. He said, we didn't have any evidence. We didn't have anything indicating that there were more people involved. We didn't have anything indicating that they had traveled. We didn't have anything other than this one person. You hear what I'm saying? This is what he said. We didn't know. But the very first fucking sentence says, we investigated Jeffrey Epstein, Sarah Kellen, and Haley Robson. So what do you mean, Alex? What do you mean that you didn't know there were multiple people involved? You did. The very first line of the probable cause affidavit says there are more people involved. Lying ass. The Congress, the members of the House committee need to be issuing a, whatever they did to Bannon, whatever, for lying to Congress. Whew. All right, I'm going to finish reading. All right, so listen, here it is. From March 15th through February 2006, the Palm Beach Police Department conducted an SA investigation involving Jeffrey Epstein, Sarah Kellen, and Haley Robson. Sworn taped statements were taken from 5 victims and 17 witnesses. I'm going to stop right there. Sworn taped statements were taken from 5 victims and 17 witnesses concerning massages and unlawful SA that took place of Jeffrey Epstein, 358 El Brillo Way, Palm Beach. Now, let's be damn clear. When Alex Acosta said that, and they're only talking about this one child, because the U.S., not the U.S., but the state's attorney's office only let one child testify before the grand jury. Why would you undermine your own case? So let me finish telling you this police report. I can't even get past the 2 damn sentences. So let me finish. Several of the victims were recruited by and brought to the residence by Haley Robson to perform massages for Epstein, for which Robson received monetary compensation. During the visit, they would be introduced to Sarah Kellen, Epstein's assistant, who in turn would record their telephone numbers and their names. The victims would be brought to Jeffrey's bedroom to provide the massage. Jeffrey would enter the room, order the victims to remove their clothing to provide the massage. As the victims complied and provided massages, Jeffrey would, and this is the part that I have to be TikTok friendly about, but he would inappropriately make contact with particular areas of those girls' bodies. Okay. On occasion, he would bring toys into it and use those toys to inappropriately touch those girls' bodies as they provided the massage. At the conclusion of the massages, the victims were paid sums of money ranging from $200 to $1,000. That is the very first paragraph of the probable cause affidavit that was written May 1st, 2006. Okay? And then it says facts as reported are as follows. On March the 15th, 2005, a 14-year-old white female, hereinafter referred to as, and they have it redacted, date of birth, and they have it redacted, and her family reported unlawful SA, which occurred at a residence within the town of Palm Beach. She, it's redacted, reported that a subject known to her as quote unquote Jeff had touched her in that area with a toy while within his residence. Jeff was later identified as Jeffrey Epstein through a photo lineup. During a sworn taped interview, she stated that Haley Robson, and there's Haley Robson's date of birth, a cousin of this other girl's boyfriend and classmate at, and it says the high school, worked for a wealthy man and did sexual favors for him. She also admitted that Robson had offered her an opportunity to make money. During the beginning of the month of February 2005, this girl explained that she was first approached by Robson to go with her to Epstein's house. The girl stated that Robson, along with a Hispanic female later identified as, and that name is redacted, picked her up at her father's house on a Sunday. It's redacted, was not sure of the exact dates, but knew it was a Sunday. Name redacted, told her when they were going shopping that told her father that they were going shopping, but in reality, Robson drove them to Palm Beach. During the drive, a conversation happened between Robson and the girl, whereas Robson reportedly told the girl that if Jeff asked her age, she should say she was 18. It was later confirmed by the father that Robson picked his daughter up that day. According to her father, Robson drove a pickup truck. The child, the 14-year-old, described Epstein's house as a 2-story pink house with a Cadillac Escalade parked in the driveway. She recalled that Jeff's house was on a dead-end street. Upon arriving at the house, she stated that they walked up the driveway past what appeared to be a small guard/security room. A male approaching them, asking what they wanted. Robson stated they were there to see Epstein. The male allowed them to continue walking up to the house. The girl stated that the man told them that Jeffrey was not there, but he was expected back. He allowed them to enter the house via the kitchen. He offered them something to drink while they waited inside. Shortly thereafter, Jeffrey and his assistant, described as a white female with blonde hair, later identified as Sarah Kellen, entered the kitchen. Epstein introduced himself to the two girls. The girl described Jeffrey as being approximately 45 years old, having a long face, bushy eyebrows with graying hair. Robson and Epstein left the kitchen, leaving, girl's name is redacted, alone in the kitchen. They returned a short time later. They all spoke briefly in the kitchen. The child was instructed to follow Kellen upstairs. The child recalled walking up a flight of stairs lined with photographs to a room that had a massage table on it. Upon entering the room, there was a large bathroom to the right and a hot pink and green sofa in the room. There was a door on each side of the sofa. The child recalled there being a mural of an unclothed woman in the room, as well as several photographs of unclothed women on a shelf. Kellen told the victim that Jeffrey would be up in a second. Epstein entered the room wearing only a towel and told the child, the 14-year-old, to unclothe. The child stated, I shouldn't say child, but because of TikTok, but the child stated that Jeffrey was stern when he told her to take them off, right? She also said she did not know what to do as she was the only one there in the room. So she took off the top, leaving just, thank you, AJ, disrobe. Thank you. Leaving just the brassiere, right? Jeffrey had removed his towel and told the child to completely disrobe. No, Jen, she knew she was going to a massage to make some money. This part she didn't know about. And she was 14 years old by herself in the room, recruited by another girl. The child stated Jeffrey was completely disrobed. Let me see how I can say this. He put the towel on the floor, laid on the table, and then she completed her disrobing, but left on, I'm trying to be careful because of TikTok. I don't know what another word for this is. Yeah, bikini, but only the bottoms. Thank you, Stacy. Bottoms, just the bottoms. Thank y'all for helping. Jeffrey then instructed her to give him a massage, pointing to a specific lotion for her to use. Okay. As the child began to give the massage, there were instructions for her to get on his back. Let me just say little. Can I say little? Thank you, Living with the Louds. Let me say the little. The little stated that she straddled herself on his back, whereby her exposed bottom, because she was wearing a particularly thin bottom, right, were touching his bottoms, right? And he was specific in that instruction on how to massage, being very specific, saying go clockwise or counterclockwise. He then turned over and gave instructions to massage the chest. The little person was now standing on the ground and resumed massaging the chest. The little person stated that Jeffrey held on to the small of her back as she massaged the chest and the shoulder areas. Jeffrey then turned to his side. Turned to the side and hold on, sorry. Was making contact with himself in a vertical motion. He was making contact with himself in a vertical motion. Then he gets a purple toy and uses that on her. The little person stated that there wasn't any like penetration and that the toy was just like on the top. The little person recalled him finishing because he had to use the towel to clean up. Jeffrey then left the room and got dressed. And the little person got dressed. She went back downstairs where she met with Robson. The little person said she was paid $300 in cash from Jeffrey. Before she left, Jeffrey asked her to leave her phone number. As the little person, Robson, and someone else were leaving the house, Robson told the little person she received $200 that day for bringing her. During the course of the investigation, parental consent was granted for the little person to assist with the investigation. At our direction being the Palm Beach Police Department, the little person conducted controlled taped phone calls to Robson's cellular phone. Her phone number's in here, by the way. The little person spoke with Robson in an attempt to arrange another meeting with Jeffrey. The little person asked Robson, what did she need to do to make more money? Robson stated, quote, the more you do, the more you get paid, end quote. Robson had subsequently called the little person back, left a voice message for the little person, indicating that she had set up an appointment for the little person to go to Jeffrey's house at 11 a.m. April 5th, 2005. This message was recorded from the little person's voicemail. One second, folks. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and doing your daily heart me's and all the things. I appreciate it. Based on the above, the phone call, the recording, the voicemail, the appointment that was set, trash pools were established at Jeffrey's residence with Supervisor Tony Higgins of the Sanitation Bureau of the town of Palm Beach. Thank you, guys. This is how untouchable they thought they were, y'all. And I want you to remember the document that I am reading is from 2005. The trash pool from April 5th, 2005 revealed a telephone message for Jeffrey, which stated Haley and the little person's name at 11 a.m. What I am reading is the probable cause affidavit from 2005 from the Palm Beach Police Department. That's what I'm reading. This was the time frame that Robson had informed the little person to be ready to go to work at Jeffrey's house. On October 3rd, 2005, Sergeant Frick and I went to Robson's residence and viewed her vehicle parked in the driveway, a red Dodge Neon. Sergeant Frick and I knocked on the door and met with Haley Robson. Robson said, Robson was told that we were investigating a claim involving Jeffrey in Palm Beach. Robson was asked if she would accompany us back to the police station for further questioning. She was also told that at the conclusion of the interview, she would return home. Robson voluntarily came with us back to the Palm Beach Police Department. Upon our arrival at the police station, yes, this is the probable cause affidavit prepared by the Palm Beach Police Department. They prepared it May 1st, 2006 and arrested him. And then the grand jury was July 19th, 2006. Everybody take a deep breath because I certainly am. Hey, Penton. Listen at this. Upon our arrival at the police station, Robson was brought to the interview room in the detective bureau where I obtained a taped sworn statement. I began the interview by asking Robson how she became acquainted with Jeffrey. Robson stated that approximately 2 years ago, just after she turned 17 years of age, she was approached by a friend named Molly at the Canopy Beach Resort in Rivera Beach. Robson was asked if she wanted to make money. She was told that she would have to provide a massage and should make around $200. Robson thought about the offer and agreed to meet with Jeffrey. So this is the cycle. This is the cycle. Robson is recruited by Molly. Robson turns around and recruits the little person who's 14. Molly, unknown last name, and Tony, unknown last name, picked Robson up and she was taken to Jeffrey's house. Upon her arrival at the house, she was introduced to Jeffrey in the kitchen of the house. She was also introduced to a white female known to her as Sarah. We all know that is Sarah Kellen. She was led upstairs to the main bedroom known to her as Jeffrey's bedroom. Sarah arranged the massage table and covered the table with a sheet. She brought out oils, laid them next to the table. Sarah then left the room and informed Robson Jeff would be in a minute. Jeffrey entered the room, just a towel, and disrobed, and then laid on the table. On his stomach, and then picked the specific oil to be used. Robson stated, quote, "He tried to touch me and I stopped him," end quote. And this is the detective asking, I asked how he tried to touch her. Robson stated that Jeffrey grabbed her glutes and she felt uncomfortable. Robson told Jeffrey, "I'll massage you, but I don't want to be touched." She stated that she performed the massage while disrobed. At the conclusion, Jeffrey paid her $200. So I just want to be clear that as of the first few paragraphs in this probable cause affidavit, we now know of 2 victims and 2 or 3 perpetrators or co-conspirators, right? But Alex Acosta says they didn't know about any other people. after the massage, he stated to her, he understood she wasn't comfortable, but he would pay her to bring other little people, little girls. He told her, unbelievable, and I'm reading verbatim, he told her the younger, the better. Robson stated she once tried to bring a 23-year-old, and Jeffrey stated that she was too old. Robson stated that in total, she only remembers 6 girls that she brought to see Jeffrey each time she was paid $200. Robson stated that she had brought the following girls. There are 6 names that are redacted. And parentheses behind one name, it says 16-year-old female. Behind another name, in parentheses, it says a 16-year-old female. And then it has another name that is redacted. Thanks, Zoe. If you guys will give me a second, I'll go back over who all was in which attorney's offices and the sequence of events after this probable cause affidavit, okay? Give me just 1 second and we'll get there. 1 second, folks. I asked Robson which one was the youngest. Robson advised the little girl's name was the youngest, as she was 14 when the event occurred. Robson stated every girl she brought knew what to expect when they arrived. Hold on, guys. Just hold on. You got it. I can't answer 50 blue 100 millions questions. I am live right now on TikTok, the Tube of You, the Stack of Sub, and the Book of Faces. I am live everywhere on those 4 platforms. I have to get through this probable cause affidavit, and then I will come right back around to Alex Acosta, his testimony before the House Oversight Committee 3 months ago, as well as the grand jury testimony and the deal that was made. Okay? Checking in on you folks over here. Hey, Doug. It is very disgusting. And here's what I want you all to understand. I covered this earlier today. The deal that he got. Let me say one thing. Without the Palm Beach police chief, these poor girls wouldn't have, there would have been no accountability. There was very little, but all of the evidence that we have from 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2008, without the Palm Beach police chief, none of this would have happened. I just really need to be clear about that. That man deserves hella recognition. Hella recognition. Okay? All right. She said they all knew what to expect when they arrived. They were told they would provide a massage, possibly disrobed, and allow some quote unquote touching. I asked her if the little person was aware. She stated every girl she brought knew what to expect. She explained she knew that the little person wanted to make money. she approached the little person and explained about going to work for Jeff. Agreed and arranged, the little person agreed, and arrangements were made to bring her to Jeffrey's house on a weekend. Robson stated that she and another person that was later identified as another person because they're redacted, picked up the little person at her house. Robson stated at that time she was driving a red pickup truck. Now, I want you to remember, this little girl told them she was driving a red truck, and her daddy said they were driving a red truck when they picked her up. Can you imagine in 2005, 20 years ago, being 14, and a little bit of an older teenage girl comes up to you and goes, hey, you want to make a few $100? All you got to do is give a massage, maybe without your clothes on, maybe a little bit of touching, but you'll make $200 or $300. Yes, because every time I say child, I'm wondering about TikTok. And somebody suggested little. And I think I don't want to call her a little person because she's not a little person, like as in a little person. She's a child. Right, which in today's time frame, that would be around $700-800. I know 14-year-olds whose families are poor. I want y'all to think about the time that we are in right now. As hard as money is right now, can you think about some people that aren't getting SNAP, that whatever, and you're a teenager in your house and you're watching your mama, I'll just say LG for little G, little girl. I'll say LG. Thank you guys. Everybody keeps making suggestions. But I want you to think about that. Can you think of a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old that might think, if I just do this, I can have $700 to help my family out. I can have $700 to da 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 da. Just saying, I can. So she said she was driving a red pickup truck at the time. They traveled to Jeffrey's house, entered through the kitchen door, met with the house chef and Epstein's assistant, Sarah Kellen. The LG was introduced to Jeffrey when they were in the kitchen area. Sarah led the LG upstairs, and Jeffrey went upstairs. When it was over, the LG returned to the kitchen area. Robson stated that she was paid $200 for bringing her, and the little girl told her that she was paid $300 for the work. Nope. The girl wanting to pay for braces was Matt Gates's victim. The girl wanting, we got to keep the peds straight. The girl wanting braces is Matt Gates's 17-year-old victim. Different victims. Robson stated that the little girl was the last person she brought to Jeffrey's house. She had changed her cell number to avoid being contacted by Sarah, and she continued stating that she had no direct contact with Jeffrey when he was going to travel to Palm Beach. Robson said, when Jeffrey announces to his assistant Sarah that he's traveling to Palm Beach, Sarah would then contact Robson to arrange girls to quote unquote work for him. Robson stated that once her parents discovered that she was visiting Jeffrey, they disapproved of the encounters with him and she stopped. Robson further stated that Sarah still tries to call her house and leaves messages. Sergeant Frick entered the room and explained to Robson that based on her own statements, she had implicated herself by bringing underage girls to Jeffrey's house. Robson provided cell phone numbers for the girls that she had mentioned previously. Additionally, she also provided possible addresses and the areas in which they lived. As she was being taken home in the vehicle, a tape recorder was placed within the vehicle to record any conversations within the vehicle. During the drive back to her home, Robson made the comment, quote, "I'm like a Heidi Fleiss." She said, "I'm like a Heidi Fleiss." She doesn't have to know she's being recorded if she's in the back of a police vehicle. She was dropped off at her house without incident. Now, here's what I need to do at this point in time. I'm going to keep reading. It is very important that you all follow these instructions very clearly. Very clearly. I'm going to bring 6 people up on my panel. 3 of them will be in the US. 3 of them will be in a place that needs help. Okay. Let me, in case you need to know what I mean by that. The other 3, oh, it's under me. Sorry. The others will be from here. If you have magic beans and you can help out the people from here, please do so. Okay. If the brothers is here, can you please let everybody know just to stay on mute? It's okay if they don't greet me, and just to not chat. All right. It's very late there. It's very, very late. He's not. I saw him just come in. I saw him just come in. I am concerned because I don't have somebody that can translate. Can somebody, Lisa or somebody, can you ping A Money for me or something, please? Let me just tell y'all, y'all know Raja has a direct contact in my link tree. You know how we helped Mohammed get a full, like, brand new tent? Raja doesn't have one. Thank you. No going back. Raja does not have a regular tent. So if you can help directly, the goal is 700. Okay. That's the goal, to get one. We need 700 total. And he was telling me, don't worry, friend, don't worry. And not asking, but that's what he needs to make it happen. I'm going to wait until I get a translator. Thanks for hanging out, Eric. Do y'all see how quickly my numbers dropped? For an hour. Raja, Linda, Raja. Yeah, she is. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, the numbers dropped. So listen, it's not that I just need, because the numbers drop whenever TikTok thinks I'm going to help out folks from Gaza. So let me start talking again, you guys, so that the numbers can go back up. I just need a translator. Okay. So let me go back to here for just a second, folks. All right. So I am at the place where, oh, not that. All right. Where did I go? Yeah, it changed pages on me. Okay, so here we go. So Robson has now been taken to her house and dropped off without incident. Okay. Let me find the end of that sentence. So on October 3rd, 2005, Sergeant Frick and I went to speak with, the name is redacted. Thanks, Dax. Oh, what's up, A-Money? Yeah, so I just need them not to chat and not to talk. Thank you. I need them to not talk on the panel or chat. Thank you, sis.
What happened? What's going on?
So when they talk or when they chat in Arabic, the numbers nosedive. If they just come and they're quiet, the people already know what to do. And I'm just going to keep doing my regular work. You know what I mean? But that way they can get what they need to get. I just need them jokers to shh. That's all. Can you tell them that for me?
Okay. السلام عليكم يا أهل غزة. ولا انتوا بتيجوا على اللايف تبع داني تحكوش ولا تكتبوا في العربي بس حطوا ريكوست وتضلكين ساكتين وهي بتساعدكم. Okay.
Thank you. That was it, sis. That's all I needed.
That's fine. And you're right 100%. When it's a different language, they start pushing you somewhere that's not you.
Yes, 100%. And so,
I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. Oh, I'm not on this account. All Dani's mods, you guys can mute them. They can request. They don't need to be speaking Arabic. See, look, Hamza put thumbs up because he understood.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say it one more time and then I'll drop.
Okay.
السلام عليكم أهل غزة. رح أعيدها كمان مرة. باللايف داني تكتبوش بتحكوش بالعربي بس حطوا ريكوست وهي بترفعكم واحد واحد. فاهمين؟ تكتبوش بالعربي في الشات تبعتها. Okay, I think we should be good.
Thank you, sis.
I read it twice.
Perfect. Love that. That way we can still help, but we can keep the numbers up. Love that. Thank you, sis. All right, got you.
Love you, Dani.
All right, love you, boo. Appreciate you. All right, so I'm going to alternate real quick, and then we're getting back into this police report. Okay. So I'm going to, I got to alternate, folks. I saw somebody specifically, I think it was. Hello. Alaikum salam.
I'll be back then.
Okay. Thanks.
Somebody in the chat said, okay, we won't write it out. You know they use Google Translate for that, by the way.
Yep, I know.
Okay, I mean, look at everyone listening to the rules and writing in English. Big W.
Yes, big W, big W, big W. Okay.
I'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
And if you need me, you got my number. And if your people came back, okay, yellow, bye.
Okay, thank you, babe. All right. Okay, let me go. Yeah, we try to do the work, y'all, across the board. And I'm also going to have to check on Sandy because she must still be really under the weather. So thanks, Sarah. So listen, I need to also give you guys just a little bit of a heads up as well. Let me see. Where am I at? Okay, I got one more. Okay, so give me a second and I will unconfuse anybody that is confused. I promise. I will unconfuse anybody that is confused. I will. Oops, that one moved real quick. Okay, so let me share with you all what is happening. Every other box, alaikum salam, every other box is someone that is in this place and they need assistance. And if you have magic beans, you want to give them in every other box. I'm going to continue to inform you all about Jeffrey and about Alex Acosta and about all of that. And we're going to do that. So when I was able to come back a little early, I put it in the Discord that I was going to be able to come back early. This is why it's really great. So not only did I put it in my Discord, I also put it up on my story, guys. So this is important to please. Yep, they are between the river and the sea. That's what I said yesterday. Magic beans are those things right there. See what they're doing? Those are the magic beans, people. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So because remember, there's nothing left there and they need assistance and it's winter. So here we go. See how quickly we dropped 100 people in here? This is what damn TikTok does. This is what they do. All right, so listen. So on October 3rd, Sergeant Frick and I went to speak with a minor, a 16-year-old female who was brought to Jeffrey's residence by Haley Robson. We met with the 16-year-old's mother at their front door. We explained the ongoing investigation and asked to speak with the 16-year-old. We had information that she had, quote unquote, worked for Jeff. The mother introduced us to her husband and allowed us entry into the home. We sat in the dining room and met with the 16-year-old. As she was as she was under the age of 18, the mother was advised we would be speaking with her. She expressed if her daughter had information she wanted to assist. We interviewed the 16-year-old who denied having any inappropriate encounters with Jeff. She stated that she had gone to Jeff's house with Haley Robson approximately 8 months ago and sat in the kitchen with the house chef, but nothing happened. As the parents were, which 2K, as the parents were present during the interview, we felt that the 16-year-old was withholding information from us. You think? Damn, that was quick. Appreciate you guys. The one in the middle, can we do 3? Just because the one in the middle is needs thank you, Cam, needs medical.
Dani.
Alaikum salam, Abu Malik. Okay, so folks, the first box now is a friend with children, and one of them with an extreme, and when I say extreme, I mean extreme malnutrition. And it's really, really, really important that we help out as much as we possibly can there. Pretty please. Holy shit. I'm trying. Where is, okay. All right. Appreciate you guys. Awesome. Okay. So let me tell y'all. So they felt that she was withholding information. She made several comments as to putting the entire incident behind her. Hey, the brothers. How are you? I left my telephone number and advised she, if she wished to speak with me again, to telephone me. Sergeant Frick and I thanked the mother for her time and left the area. She stated that she would ask the 16-year-old again after we left as to what happened at Jeffrey's house. I informed her that the 16-year-old had my number and hopefully she would call. On October 4th, Detective Dawson and I drove to another minor's home and met with that minor during a sworn taped statement. The minor stated that approximately a year ago, when she was 17 years old, she was taken to a house by Haley Robson. Stated that she knows Robson because they both attend, and it was the name of the high school. She was told she could make money working for Jeff. She was told she would have to provide a massage. She stated upon her arrival to the house, she was brought to the kitchen area by Robson. Yeah, I know the brothers. I know the views. This is what happens, right? They met with the house chef who was already in the kitchen area. I want to read a deposition from the fucking chef. That's what I want. I want to read somebody's deposition from the house chef, because the house chef met every single one of these girls. The house chef met everybody. Right? I want the house chef. Hey, Cam, Also, Abu Malik can come back if we don't have a ton of others, okay, that we know that haven't been yet. Let me hold on a second. Let me send a message real quick. One second. Okay. Okay, yep, I didn't see you. Yeah, chef and security 100%. Chef and security 100%. Some of the other folks I don't know, and if I don't know or they ain't verified, I can't help. Okay. We got, I put one more up there. Why didn't it go? Y'all know sometimes TikTok be messing with me. Alaikum salam. I am trying to find Cam. I tried to put Abu Sami and I don't know where he went. So if you see him, throw him up there. Keep an eye out for Raja and Muhammad. I don't know this other dude that says he's a journalist, Albream 93. I don't know if Kat's in here and Kat can check. If so, that would be amazing. What's up, Kayla? All right, so listen. So this girl is talking about when she was 17. She goes to the house. She goes into the kitchen. And appreciate you guys. And she meets the chef like everybody else, right? She says that after the chef, she stated that Haley Robson would wait for her in the kitchen. The 17-year-old was introduced to Sarah Kellen, as we now know, Jeff's assistant, who brought her upstairs to the master room. Sarah prepared the room and the table, which is what she did last time, right? Everyone is saying, and this is why I say, this is why some of the people view Sarah Kellen as a co-conspirator and not a victim, because she was up there preparing the rooms. She was up there, da 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 da. I don't know, Blue Honey Pot, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, you guys are crushing it today. I appreciate you guys. Give me one. I'm just gonna listen. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna. No, Sarah is not the Slovakian lady. That's Nadia. That is Nadia. Alaikum salam. Alaikum salam. So Nadia is Sarah Kellen is the one who was the assistant that did all of the bookings for Palm Beach, right? That was who Sarah was. So here's what it says. Appreciate you, Lisa. Listen to this. How similar does this sound? She says that after Sarah prepared the room, she left. Appreciate you. And she said, Jeffrey entered again. Only the towel is present. He disrobes, right? And then, just like the other girl said, she says her glutes were grabbed and she was pulled close to him. She's 17 at the time. Remember, thank you guys for hitting the goal. I got you. So he grabs her by her glutes and pulls her close to him. She's 17 years old at this time. And she was advised sometime during the massage, during the work, she was told that she stated that the 17-year-old stated that she kept her clothes on and she was paid $200. She said she was uncomfortable by it And then she said the detectives asked her if she had any formal training in massage, to which she replied, no. I asked Robson if Robson received any monies for taking her. The 17-year-old stated that Robson had received money for taking her there, but was unsure of the amount. The 17-year-old stated that she returned to Jeffrey's house on another occasion with Robson and another girl. They stated that she waited in the kitchen with Robson while the other girl was taken upstairs by Sarah. The 17-year-old stated that she only did the massage once, as she was uncomfortable with the whole experience, but she was okay going with them to take another girl. Holy crap. It's a lot. I am trying to see who else we know that hasn't been up yet. At the conclusion of the interview, the tape was stopped. I was informed that Sarah had attempted to reach the 17-year-old via cell phone. A voicemail message on October 4th at 2005, 10:59 p.m. Revealed a female voice who identified herself as Sarah, who requested for the 17-year-old to call her back, referenced the police questioning. So listen at this, you guys. So Sarah Kellen now knows that these minors are being questioned by the police. So Sarah Kellen is trying to get ahead of the police investigation, and she calls this girl and says, give me a call. The police are doing an investigation. How about that? And the police now have that recording. So the police know that they know and that they are calling the victims. But remember, Alex Acosta said they didn't know that other people were involved. Bullshit, Alex, you did. The police are literally outlining this entire thing in front of your face, right? Yes, Cassie, it's intimidation, witness intimidation, right? And it's absolutely wild to me that nothing is being done about it, or that they got the deal that they got, even in the midst of all of that. You know what I mean? It's absolutely wild. Neither of, hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. I've done all the messaging that I can do. Yeah, as I look, everybody that I know that has been vetted has been up already, right? Everybody that I know that has been up has been everybody that I know that has been vetted has been up. And the only other thing that I would say is I'm going to do, if we could do 5 here, just because this person has to pay for medical. Yeah, the brothers, I messaged both of them on WhatsApp. I don't see them. They haven't come in. I messaged both of them and Bilal. And I tried to bring up our friend with the head injury, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, I messaged them both. All right, so listen. So this is the part, and I need to keep going because the numbers are dropping. Yeah, big damn W to the gifters. I really do appreciate you. I really do. That's Mohammed OS. Mohammed OS, Lisa. And listen, Mohammed OS and Raja aren't in here, but they're in my thing. So you can do it direct. Okay. All right. Let me keep going, you guys. So listen, so Sarah Kellen has called this 17-year-old and said, listen, yeah, I was checking to see if Kat was here so that she could vet for me. And she says, listen, the police are doing an investigation, right? So listen to this. The 17-year-old provided the incoming telephone number, and then she stated that she inadvertently told somebody else whose name is redacted about the police investigation because one of the other girls had called her to tell her how she just received a rental car from Jeff. So this girl tells another minor, hey, they're doing an investigation. And the reason she tells this minor is because, or this other person is because that person's just received a rental car from Jeffrey. So listen, the other girl called her to tell her that she was given a rental car, a 2005 silver Nissan Sentra, to utilize to visit family and to visit Jeffrey. The other girl asked her what was going on at the house, that the police would be asking questions. The girl stated that the girl then called Jeff and Sarah and asked what was going on, reference to the ongoing investigation. According to this person, Sarah has since been trying to contact her to ask about the police questions. Oh, thank you. Kat, yeah, Sandy's just not here, sis. Sorry, Kat. Sorry, Kat. Sandy's just not here. Okay, guys, the Gaza 90, we can't verify. Okay. All right. I'm looking real quick. Did I already do the, yep, I might have. Sweet oh peas. Geez, oh Pete. Got too much going on. Okay, here we go. All right, so listen to this. So according to this person, Sarah has since been trying to contact her to ask about the police questions. I instructed this person not to contact Sarah and to not provide any more information to the other people because she would notify Jeff and Sarah what was transpiring. Okay. On October 4th, I being the police officer, right? On October 4th, 2005, I made telephone contact with, and this is another victim who had left several messages for me to contact her. During the message, she advised me that she was not completely truthful when we met in person, but she would like to speak with me to advise what had happened. She further advised that she did not want to speak of this incident in front of her mother. So this is the other 16-year-old. Remember, he goes and he's sitting there and they're talking to the 16-year-old in front of her mom, and she says nothing happened. She's now called the police officer several times saying, call me. I want to tell you what really happened, but I'm not. Hey, Veronica, good to see you. If you guys could help, that would be great in terms of like sharing, liking, and boosting again. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Third box down is Abu Malik, kids and one with significant malnutrition. Top box, head injury, lots of medical needs. That's what I can tell you about the people that are up there right now. It's the top 3 boxes that are the focus. All right, so listen. So she further advised she didn't want to speak of this incident in front of her mother. At approximately 3:48 p.m., I made contact with, and then the name is redacted, the victim. During a tape recorded statement, the victim stated the following: approximately a year ago, When she was 16 years of age, Robson took her to Epstein's house twice. She knows Robson because they both attend the same high school. The first time she went, Haley Robson drove to the house. They entered through the kitchen area where she was introduced to Sarah and Jeffrey. These aren't emails, Alice. What I'm reading right now is the 2005 Palm Beach Police Department probable cause affidavit. I'm not reading any emails. I'm reading the probable cause affidavit from 2005. She was taken upstairs to a bedroom by Sarah, who set the room up with the table and the oils to be used. He then entered the room, just the towel, derobed on the table, picked out the oil, just like usual. At one point during the massage, he attempted to disrobe her top. She became very upset and stopped the massage. Both the other girl and Jeffrey had a verbal disagreement, at which time she left without being paid. She got with Haley Robson, who was sitting in the kitchen, and told her, quote unquote, let's go. The victim advised she received no money for that day. The victim also said that Haley Robson had told her if she was uncomfortable to let him know and he would stop. She knew that the more you do, the more you get paid. The girl also advised that several weeks later, she agreed to be taken a second time by Haley Robson. Once they arrived at the residence, Haley waited in the kitchen. Sarah took her upstairs again. Sarah set the room up with the table and the oils, right? He enters with the towel, disrobes, is on the table, picks out the lotion, right? At one point during the massage, he grabs the glutes, right? Which apparently is his thing. She says that she was, quote unquote, wearing tight jeans and had a tight belt on. He couldn't really get to the glutes, I guess. He then rolled onto his back and attempted to touch her upper half. The victim then became upset again. I don't know why she thought that. Told Jeff she didn't want to be touched, discontinued, and was paid $200. The victim said she never returned to the house. She stated that she is aware that her friend, and then the friend's name is redacted, was also at the house and had a problem with Jeff. Oh, no problem. All right. So here's where we are at this stage of the game. Okay. Yeah. Nikki, yeah, the way to do it in Facebook is I have a link tree that is in all of my profiles. And if you go to my profile and click my link tree, there's a section in there that tells you how to do it. And if you'll send me a direct message, I can also message you back. So Ghislaine was more than just an employee with benefits. Ghislaine's daddy is just as connected as, well, is said to be just as connected as Jeffrey. Her daddy had ties with Israel the same way that Jeffrey did. And they come from a whole lot of wealth over there on the European side. So Ghislaine met Jeffrey, from what I understand, through her daddy. Whatever that looks like, I don't know the details of yet. But I want you all to understand something. When I am reading this probable cause affidavit, right? This is the probable cause affidavit that was given to the Palm Beach County State's attorney, that was given to the U.S. attorney, right? You have to understand. So when Alex Acosta is sitting in front of the House Oversight Committee, swearing up and down that they didn't know that there were multiple people involved, he's full of shit. And when he's also saying that he doesn't know if it involves traveling or not, you literally heard the other girl say that when Jeffrey was coming to Palm Beach, the other girl was notified. and the other girl did the other things in the other place, right? Just saying. And we haven't even gotten to the FBI part of this, because the FBI did an investigation as well. So Alex Acosta, again, full of shit, full of shit, full of shit. But here we go. Not I being me, but I being the detective. I later researched, and there's a name redacted and a date of birth redacted, and met with her at her residence during a sworn taped statement. During a sworn taped statement, the victim stated the following: on or about November 2004, she was approached at the name of the high school by Haley Robson. Now, do you know what, y'all? Where's the name of the high school that I had earlier? Hold on. There we go. Wait, it's in the Palm Beach one. Sorry. I have so many documents. You all know that there is a Palm Beach document where they name the high school. Y'all know the one I'm talking about? Ah. Sorry. Hold on, let me see. Nope, I won't. Oh, I think it's in. Oh my word. I want this damn computer to stop acting crazy. Hold on. Royal Palm Beach High. Royal Palm Beach High. Yep, I see it, the brothers. Royal Palm Beach High is where at least 16 girls were recruited from. And that is the school, watch this, Royal Palm Beach High. And I'm going to do Haley Robson. Yep, that's where she attended. That is absolutely where she attended. She was the one who recruited the majority of the girls from that high school, Haley Robson, and she was recruited by Molly. All right, here we go. Appreciate you, Jody. All right. So Robson asked this student if she wanted to make money. She agreed and was told she would provide a massage to a wealthy man in Palm Beach. Robson picked her up, drove her to a house in Palm Beach. She was brought to the kitchen area of the house. She further stated that fellow, and then it's Royal Palm Beach High School students, such and such and such and such, came with them. So 2 other people came with them. They were brought into the kitchen where she was introduced to Jeffrey and other females. The victim stated that she was introduced to a female helper. The female was described as a white female, unknown named, with blonde hair. That would be Sarah. She stated that the assistant was familiar with Robson. The assistant brought her upstairs into the master bedroom. The assistant set up the table and the oils to be used. She was told Jeff would be in a minute. He enters with just the towel, just like all the others. She told, so he disrobes, right? And then gets on the table, picks the lotion. I just feel like fucking Silence of the Lambs. It rubs the lotion on its skin. That's what I feel like. I feel like every time I see this where it says he picked the lotion to be used, I hear in my head, it rubs the lotion on its skin. Sorry, y'all, but that's where my brain goes, right? Folks, it's the top 3 boxes, just so you know. I'm sorry, but that's what I hear in my head. So get this. So he then picks out the says specifically to put it on thighs and his back. The victim then stated that during the massage, she was asked by Jeff to disrobe. She complied, removed top and bottom. The victim didn't remember if she had removed the undergarments, but feels that she did. The victim was certain that she stayed in the bottoms that were under, right? The victim continued the massage, and at one point she climbed onto the table, just like the other girl was asked to do, straddling the back, right? While doing this, we are glute to glute, her glutes to his glutes, right? She was instructed to return to the ground, at which time he turned to have his chest rubbed. The victim advised she was sure that he was pleasuring based on the hand movements going vertically. The victim said she did not want to look because she was uncomfortable. He removes a large white toy, which was next to the massage table, turns it on, and then uses that toy on the outside of her under bottoms. Shortly thereafter, he finishes himself, right? And then remove himself from the table. He walks over to where the shower was and opened the glass door. She waited as he was taking a shower in her direct view. At the conclusion, she was paid either $350 or $400. She said she wasn't sure, but she thinks it was $400. The victim stated she never returned to provide a massage. At approximately 2:10 p.m., Detective Dawson and I met with, and here's another victim's name that is redacted, at her residence. As the victim was only 17 years of age, I had notified her mother that she would be interviewed, reference an ongoing investigation in Palm Beach. I assured her that her daughter was not a suspect. I explained the possibility of her being either a witness or a victim. The mother advised that she wanted the child to cooperate and consented to the interview. During a sworn tape statement, the 17-year-old victim said this: at the age of 16, during the month of September 2004, she was approached by Haley Robson to make for a chance to make money. What's up, Jessica Simone? The victim was friends with associates of Robson and knew the same people. The victim had previously been told by her friends from Royal whatever high school. What did I say the name of the damn high school is? Whatever it is. Hey, Lynn. Robson called a person known to the victim as Sarah, which we now know as Sarah, Royal Palm Beach. Thank you, Mike Johnson, or vote out Mike Johnson. She then calls Sarah Kellen and scheduled the appointment. Robson picked her up, drove her to Palm Beach to a street called Brillo Way, which we know is Jeffrey's address. They drove to the end of the street. What did the first girl say? He lived on a dead-end street, and entered a large driveway. They entered the kitchen area of the house and met up with Jeffrey. The victim was introduced to Jeff. Robson led her upstairs to the main bedroom area. Now, isn't this interesting? This is the first time we see Haley Robson set up the room and not Sarah Kellen. Haley set up the room. Haley picked out the oils. And then stated that while going upstairs into the bedroom, this is what the victim said. She observed numerous photographs of disrobed young girls all on the wall, right? Robson dimmed the lights and turned on soft music. Robson exited the room. Jeff entered, towel only. Jeffrey picked which oils to use, right? And then told her to put it on his legs. Oh, on his legs, under his glutes, on the back, and the chest. He asked her to get comfortable. The victim advised she did not disrobe. She was wearing tight jeans, and a crop top that exposed her belly. Yeah, I know, Cam. I know. They might be asleep. It's very late there. It's almost 1 in the morning there. It's 1 in the morning there. Yeah, it's 1 in the morning. So I'm just gonna, oh, wait, here was one that I tried to do earlier and I wasn't able to. All right, here we go. So, during the massage, as she rubbed the chest area, he attempted to reach down the jeans to touch the glutes, but wasn't able to because the jeans were tight. And there was a tight belt. The massage. Oh my gosh. Can somebody mute? I tried. Maybe it did. Okay. The victim advised that Jeff began to take care of himself, which we've heard everyone else testify that he does, as she rubbed his chest. Ooh. She says he moaned. She observed he was continuing to take care of himself and attempted to reach up the tank top and touch the upper part of her. The victim pulled back. He stopped. However, he kept taking care of himself until he finished. He then cleaned himself up with the towel that he was previously wearing. She was paid $200 and then left the area. She met with Haley Robeson, who was waiting in the kitchen area, and then left the house. The victim explained she never provided another massage. She did, however, go back to the house with Robson and another person as they took another friend. The victim advised she was present when this other person went to work for Jeff. She advised she rode over, sat in the kitchen area with Robson to wait for this other victim while they waited, and she advised while they waited, the house chef prepared lunch for them, as it was almost lunchtime when they went. When the victim was finished with the massage, they all three left the area. I asked the victim if Robson ever told her what would be expected when she provided a massage. The victim said yes. Robson told her that a massage would be expected, possibly disrobed, and possibly some touching involved. The victim has no formal training in providing massages. She was 16 at the time. The victim spoke about a third and last time that she went to the house. Robson drove another girl who was 16 years of age, who is this girl's friend, to Jeffrey's house. She stated that the other victim knew that she had made money giving a massage and wanted to make money herself. Robson took them into the kitchen area of the house, introduced her to Sarah. Robson and Sarah took her upstairs to the main room. The victim advised she doesn't know what happened, as the other girl did not speak about what happened. She received $400 from, it looks like $400. I can't see. Part of it's like it was scanned in, for going with her. So maybe $100. So she got $100 just for going along to take another girl and recommending that girl. So she recommended a girl to Haley Robson. She goes with Haley to take this other girl over there. That girl gets whatever she gets. Robson gets $200. She splits that with this girl because she's the one that gave the referral. And if you notice, it's a common theme. They're picking girls with need. They're picking girls with no resources. They're picking girls who are at risk, who are vulnerable. And they all know each other. Okay? Yeah, Ethan, me either. Hold on, y'all. I need to hydrate for just a second. He's a billionaire throwing them 200 bucks. That would be like you giving a dime to someone. On October 6th, 2005 at 11 a.m. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you want me to continue going through every single one of them? Because to give you an idea, we are on page 9. There are 22 pages in this police affidavit. Oh, well, Nadia is mentioned as well. Hold on a second. I want to just see something real quick. Let me scan really quickly. He does have a pattern, 100%. He does have a pattern. Give me a second. This is another 16-year-old. The pattern is pretty much the same. The girl said with each massage, quote, Jeff would try to get away with more and more. Every time Jeff would come into town, Sarah would call her for an appointment to quote unquote work. Each time she went, Sarah would meet her at the kitchen door. She would bring her upstairs, prepare the table. Jeff would ask questions about her. He knew that she was a soccer player and what school she attended, what school she was going to be attending. She was asked if he knew her real age. She said yes, and he didn't care. The most recent massage that she provided was October 1st, 2005. During that massage, she asked him if she could borrow one of his cars to visit her family and boyfriend in Orlando. He told her that she could, but later stated he would rather rent her a car. So this is the girl that we know the other girl talked to, because this is the Nissan Sentra that was rented for her to visit family and her boyfriend. She continued the massage. He grabbed the glutes, caressed the glutes. She was asked if toys were ever used. She advised she would never allow them to be. She described the toy as a large white one with a huge head on it. She said he kept it in a closet near the table. She was allowed to keep the rented car for a month. I'm just looking really quickly. At the end of this interview, the detectives, the police, actually went to the gym area of the place and found the rental car that Jeff had done. It was registered to a dollar rent-a-car out of Palm Beach Airport. It was rented, get this, it was rented by Janus Banaziak, who was later discovered to be Epstein's houseman and it was paid for with Jeffrey's credit card. So he got his houseman to rent this car for the teenager and paid for it with Jeffrey's credit card. Good God. On October 11th, 2005, Detective Dawson and I met with victim's name redacted and obtained a sworn taped statement. The victim explained that she had been going to Epstein's house since 2002 when she was 16 years of age. Since then, she has gone to the house hundreds of times. She stated that she became his quote unquote number one girl. She explained that on her first visit, she was brought to the house by fellow Royal Palm Beach classmate, and the name is redacted. The victim said she was brought through the kitchen area where she met Sarah Kellen for the first time. The victim was led to the bedroom, Jeff's room. The victim explained that she was walking up the stairs. She observed several photographs of undressed women all along the walls and the tables of the house. The victim further explained that she was brought into the room where Sarah prepared the room by setting up the table, picking out the oils. And she explained that she remembered the steam room area, which contained 2 large showers. Jeff enters the room from the steam room and introduces himself. Lays on the table, tells her to get comfortable. She removed her skirt, kept the top. He then instructs her to remove the top. She removes the top and remembered that she was not wearing an undergarment on the top. The victim stated she provided the massage wearing only the bottoms. She continued rubbing his legs, thighs, and feet. She advised he turned over onto his back, touched her upper part, and then began to take care of himself. He finished himself, which meant the massage was over. At the conclusion of the massage, she was paid $200. They walked together downstairs where Sarah Kellen and another person was waiting. Yeah, Wendy, you can send me a direct message. Let me see. The person who brought her received an unknown amount of money for taking her there. Jeff instructed her to leave her cell phone number so that he could contact her when he was in town. The victim stated that during her many visits, a routine was established between her and Jeff. She would enter the house, disrobe in the bedroom, start a back massage. He would roll to his back, allow her to massage his chest. Then he would take care of himself. And at the same time, he would take care of himself while at the same time using the other hand to take care of her. And that would continue until he finished. He would then utilize the toy until she finished. No, not with the toy, with his other hand on this girl. This was his number one girl. So do you all remember what Trump was found guilty of doing to E. Jean Carroll? Using the hands? That is what Jeffrey was doing to her with his hands or fingers. Okay? So he was doing them both with his hands. When he finished, he then got a toy to finish her. She advised that during her frequent visits, Jeff asked for her real age. The victim stated she was 16. He then advised her not to tell anyone her real age. She advised that things escalated within the home as Jeff would instruct and pay to have full relations with his female friend, Nadia Markinova. So she explained that the full relations included using things that you strap on, large rubber things, and other devices that he had at his disposal. He would watch them have full relations while he took care of himself. Occasionally, he would join them. Now, if you remember, Nadia Marcinova is the girl that, according to Palm Beach police reports, Jeff bragged about purchasing from her parents when she was just 15 years old. It is there. It says 431 out of 750, Eric. So this girl, Nadia, no sirens. I am reading the probable cause police affidavit from 2005. This is information that the entire government has known since then. Thank you for the dragon, Eric. So, nope, this is not even a victim statement. This is not I need you guys to hear me. This is the probable cause police affidavit from 2006 at the conclusion of their investigation when they are getting ready to hold a grand jury and arrest him all the way back in 2006. Ha, somebody just heard me. Cam, Ahmed Darawi is coming. It is very triggering for me, Sin. Yeah, statement to the police, Blue Honey Pot. So this is the police recap of all of these sworn taped testimonies that they have. Okay. Now, I want you all to remember something about this. Nadia is someone, well, let me just finish reading. Oh, occasionally Jeff would join them during the girl on girl. And when he joined them, he would provide the oral for both her when she was 16 and Nadia, who he purchased from her parents when she was 15. The victim advised that this continued to escalate over the 2 years. Yeah, he purchased her from her parents. He bragged and he named her his, quote, Slovakian Schmeck's slave. That was the name he had for this 15-year-old that he purchased from her parents. Yes. The victim goes on to say the routine became familiar to her assistant, to Jeff's assistant, Sarah. Oh, wait. Yep. Sarah would telephone her every time Jeffrey was in the town of Palm Beach, would place appointments for her to visit and to quote unquote work. So listen, you guys, Sarah Kellen, Nadia Marcinova, who then becomes complicit in everything. Thanks for the crab, Eric. And two other girls, and they're now women. Those four were included in his plea deal so that they would not be prosecuted for these crimes. But I want you to remember that Alex Acosta testified that at the time he was brought in as the U.S. attorney to meet with Jeffrey's lawyers, he didn't know any other people were involved. Bullshit. This probable cause affidavit is full of the names of people that were involved. Nadia, Sarah, Haley, Molly. It's full of names. What do you mean you didn't know? Of course you knew. And that is why I say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he lied. 100%. Give me 1 second. I'm working. You gotta be quiet. All right. All right, so here we go. Oh, and if you guys have ever watched his depositions that are on YouTube, he is specifically asked if he's egg-shaped. How many of you guys have ever seen that deposition where he specifically asked that? By the way, it's the top 3 boxes, folks. Yeah. And did you see him smile about it? It's in this police report. Yes, it's in this police report. He smiles about it when he is asked. Yep. Yes, Ethan, purchased. Hey, Denny Bond. All right. Yes, you didn't need to know. I didn't need to know either. And yet here we are, right? Yeah. All right. So let me just give you guys a little bit of info really quickly about the folks that I still have up here. So the top box is actually a teacher in Gaza who teaches Gazan children English. Yes, just true. That's what they are saying. Assalamu alaikum, Ahmed. If you've ever been to my profile and you've seen the video of one of the kids talking to me, they are his kids. So again, magic beans for the top 3 boxes. Okay. This one. Assalamu alaikum, guys. How are you? I am good. They were doing, it was really great earlier. We dropped in viewership a little bit, but and so
we are going to arrange another podcast with the students, inshallah. Sister Dani, they asked me that we are going to have another live with our Sister Dani.
We will have to do that. Them, inshallah. Yeah, we will have to do that. So basically, we've been trying to hit 2 or 3K for everyone. And while I go through some of this difficult testimony, so I'll just let y'all sit up there and do what you do. And I'm going to keep doing what I do over here. Let me just kind of tell you this much. Okay. Hey, can you set them up in my bedroom with the TV and stuff so that they're not out here? Huh? Can you? Or get them? I'm confused. You? I don't care. That's fine. Girls, you're going to go back in my room and hang out on my bed and watch TV while I work, okay? Belle, I need you to go back in the back room, sissy. You can turn on the light. You guys can get on my bed and watch TV because you can't be out here while I read these. Thanks, Revolution. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Okay. Yeah, I don't want them in the living room while I read this. Even though Mila wouldn't have a clue. Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. So, yeah, I can't. I literally am going to need a lot of grounding and whatever for myself after this. As a survivor of child SA, all of this is very triggering. Very triggering. And what's really crazy about it is their willingness to just sacrifice these children. You know what I mean? It's crazy. This victim right here, the one that says she was his quote unquote, she became his number one girl, right? She would get a call from Sarah every time he was in town. She said each time something new was introduced, additional money was given and offered in order for her to allow the acts to happen. I want y'all to hear that. Every visit, he introduced a new toy of some sort, a new tool of some sort, and she would get paid more for allowing him to use it on her. She stated that his actual member was never used to fully make entry. So he used everything but his member. She explained that his member, according to her, was deformed. She explained that it was oval shaped. And when it was standing straight up, thick toward the bottom, thin and small toward the top, and then just referred to it as egg-shaped. Well, no, it worked because it stood straight up, right? I love them so much too. I love your students so much too. She stated that Jeffrey would photograph Nadia and her. Now, I want you to remember, Nadia was 15 when she was purchased from her parents. This girl was 16. And Jeffrey would take photos of them during all of the relations and then would proudly display them within the home. According to this police affidavit, this is within his home. They were displayed. No, her parents weren't prosecuted. I don't even know if her parents are in the US. He referred to her as his quote unquote Slovakian schmeck slave. So I don't even know if she was purchased here. I don't know. So when Ehud Barak says, yes, I went to his homes, but I never knew, whatever. So the victim also stated that during one visit to his house, in which she provided a massage, Nadia was also there, and she provided a massage to Nadia. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Okay, got it. So while this victim would provide the massage, Nadia would also be there, and they would be engaged in touch, her and Nadia, she and Nadia, in front of him, so that he could enjoy that. Towards the end, she says on this particular occasion, Jeff grabbed her. Whoop. Okay, well, on this occasion, he grabbed her, turned her over on her stomach on the table, and forced, and this time, the member. She stated he began to pump his member in. The victim says she became upset. She said her head was being held against the table forcibly as he continued to pump. She screamed, "No," and then he stopped. She told him she did not want his member in there. Jeff did not finish in there, apologized for his actions, and subsequently paid $1,000 for that visit. She stated she knows he still displays her photographs throughout the house. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Nicole. I need to hydrate for just a second. And on cue, here's Titan. I'm going to take a second just to get some water. Okay. If we can remember the top 2 boxes for me. The third box has 6 kids and 3 grandkids. I'm going to get water. I'll be right back. Come on, Titan. Thank you for knocking over on my paperwork.
Guys, while Dani's doing that, if you haven't already, please go up in the upper left-hand corner and click the heart me. Make sure you go back and collect your points. Tapping is free. Tapping is clapping. Share out the live. Comments are also good. Repost into your story. Repost it in general. And if you really want to support Dani, when we leave here, you can go to her profile and watch her recently put up videos, watch it all the way to the end, and then do all the engagement stuff. Share, favorite, comment, and like.
Appreciate you, Lisa. All right, how is everyone? Because I am aware that this is a rough read. I am very aware. No, Mom, I'm not reading from her book. So remember yesterday when I started going over, hold on a second, y'all, I got to brief my mama. So remember yesterday when I started going over the 2005, 2006, the 2006 through 2008 grand jury testimony, plea deal, and Alex Acosta's testimony before the House Oversight Committee, which he just did in September of this year. So in that House Oversight testimony, he lied. He was saying that there were things that they did not know. He was saying that at the time that he became involved with this case, they didn't know anybody else was involved except for Jeff. They didn't know about all these other victims except for the one 14-year-old. This is what he claimed. The problem is that what I am reading right now is the original probable cause affidavit that was written May 1st of 2006 of 2006 by the Palm Beach Police Department. So if what I'm reading they had from the start, there's no way he didn't know. He literally sat in front of the House Oversight Committee 3 months ago and lied. The other part of this is the 4 other women that we talked about that he was asked about. There's arguments as to whether they are complicit, co-conspirators. No worries, Nicole Bell. No worries. I completely understand. It's too triggering, sis. I completely understand. The point that I want everyone to understand is that they lied. And the reason they cut this deal with him all the way back in 2007 is because Jeffrey he was the mediator of intelligence. American intelligence, Israeli intelligence, Russian intelligence. He's emailing Steve Bannon about Putin's guy. He's taking Ehud Barak, the former Israeli prime minister, and they're going to negotiate surveillance deals for Israel's equipment in Mongolia. They're creating a surveillance state in a West African country with Jeffrey. And the plea deal is the part. And let me tell you, one of the reasons why I'm still in this probable cause document is not because of the number of victims or what he did. I get that. What I want to know is in this probable cause document anywhere, is there a mention of travel? That's what I want to get to. That's okay. I don't post. That's okay. That is perfectly okay. And so this is the part. Yeah, but I don't know if that's in this affidavit, Blue Honey Pot. And I don't know if that was in what the FBI turned over. And so those are the things that I want to know because you are welcome, Ahmed Dorawi. You are welcome. Okay. All right. So if you all will be patient and let me scan for a second, I'll try to look for I will try to look for hey, don't you knock that off, Titan. Don't be looking around like somebody else is in here. Boy, don't knock it off. My cat. They're interviewing another victim. They interviewed somebody else and her responses were scripted. Give me 1 second. This girl was approached because she needed to make rent that month. Same thing, all the things, it's all the same. $200, da-da-da-da-da, whatever, whatever. Asshole. Here's another one, recruited from Royal Palm Beach High by Haley Robson. She got paid $200. Here's another one. This one was introduced to Nadia. So this is another one where he wanted this particular young girl to engage with Nadia. And then for that, she got $350 instead of the $200. This other victim started going when she was 16 years old. She went 4, 5, or 6 times. She was brought by a fellow student from the same damn high school. Oh, well, and she got a Christmas bonus of $200 from Epstein. This girl did. And it was done via, they did a subpoena. They did a subpoena, and he sent $200 via Western Union. No, Rachel, not to my knowledge. This other victim was 16 years of age as well. That seems to be like the sweet spot, if you will. 15, 16 time frame. This one again talks about the big peach couch, the showers through the glass doors, da 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 da. The sauna with a matching shower. Like they all describe everything strikingly the same. Same pattern of behavior of how it happens. Give me 1 second. During the course of the investigation, a search warrant was executed at Jeffrey's home in Palm Beach. While in the home, I observed the pink and green couch within the master bedroom, just as the girls previously mentioned. The stairway, which is located from the kitchen area to the master bedroom, is in fact lined with photos of unalived young girls. Additionally, numerous photographs of unclothed young females, some of which appear to be the girls I previously interviewed, were on display throughout the house. Now, folks, I want you to remember that I am talking about the Palm Beach house. I am not talking about the house in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I am talking about the Palm Beach house. Right, Rachel. So they would have seen their classmates, which is why they got into the fight at the school. But I literally want you all to just think about this. Any person that says, I was at the Palm Beach house and I didn't know, is full of shit. Because the images were everywhere throughout the house. And this is from the police officer. This is what the police officer found when they issued the subpoena. Don't tell me you didn't know he liked young girls. Don't tell me that, because it was on display all over his house. The telephone message books have a carbon copy. They were just fucking dumb, or really, really believe they were untouchable. The telephone message books have a carbon copy. So where once a phone message is written into the book, the top copy is then torn off, right? And the carbon copy is left in the book. First names of girls, dates, and phone numbers were on the copy of the messages. This is the police officer's words. I recognized various numbers and names of girls that had already been interviewed. The body of the messages were time of the day that they called for confirmation of the work. Other names and telephone numbers were located in which the body of the messages were, quote unquote, I have girls for him, or quote unquote, I have 2 girls for him. These messages were taken by Sarah Kellen, who signed the bottom of the messages. During the execution of the warrant, I located a redacted transcript form in Jeffrey's bedroom desk. This desk had stationery marked Jeffrey E. Epstein. I located a wood-colored armoire beside his bed that contained a bottle of quote-unquote joy jelly, which is used to provide warm massage. Several tables were located throughout the second floor of the residence, including one found in his bedroom. On the first floor of the residence, I found 2 covert cameras hidden within clocks.
As Danny's reading this, please keep in mind, guys, that they said they had no evidence.
They said that they did not know other people were involved, and they didn't have anything that said travel. But I want you to remember that by the time it goes to the U.S. Attorney's Office, this police chief has taken all of this to the FBI, and the FBI has found all the rest of it. Yes, Alex Acosta, 3 months ago, sat in front of the House Oversight Committee and testified that at the time he was negotiating with Jeffrey's attorneys and they were talking about, oh, we want the case dismissed, right? He said, we didn't have evidence. We didn't have any evidence that there were any other people involved, that there was any travel involved. The dude used Western Union to pay a girl. That would make it federal, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously downplaying it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's so ridiculous. Just, I mean, a fraction of what is in that affidavit would be enough to put him in jail for the rest of his life.
Blessed and grateful. I have no idea. I have no idea if they read this or not. No, Jan B, because by the time they did the plea deal, listen, the plea deal was not done until the end of 2007, y'all. And it didn't become final until January 4th, 2008. But listen, y'all, listen to me. The justification for the plea deal was Jeffrey's work within the intelligence community among the countries. That was the justification for the plea deal. Yeah, girl.
Mommy has some of this.
Yeah, you can have one.
Yeah.
But I need you to go back and you can eat it in my room, okay? Because Tutu has
I
to.
don't want to eat it.
Okay, well, you don't have to.
What
You want a piece of candy? Okay, but you have to eat it in my.
Also, guys, remember this was under George W. Bush. So Dick Cheney, remember how much he was involved in international affairs, and Jeffrey Epstein was acting as a back channel. Like the United States has so many different back channels to different countries so that they can make deals, get information, share information, do all kinds of stuff that they can't do above board and openly on behalf of the United States government. So they use these back channels, and it seems he was a huge back channel to 3 major countries.
I don't know if Kat is still in here, but the one that is talking about being in the cold, can you all please check, because this person is saying I haven't interacted with you for a week, but I'm not showing them as a recent guest at all. So, you know, and normally I would see that as a recent guest, and I'm not, you know? So I just want to, I don't know if there's anybody in here that can check, but I've got another press person that I know is verified that I'm bringing up.
What is this?
Come here, bring it. Let me see.
What is this?
What is that? It's a piece of, it's a chewy candy. It's blue raspberry. It's like a Starburst. It'll stick to your teeth. Alaikum salam, Mohammed.
Turn it down after.
You want to try that? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So, alaikum salam. So I know, not a recent guest, Cam. So listen, the middle box is press. Third box is a teacher. First box is verified. We know all of them. Yeah. Then they just said I joined 3 days ago, but then you said you haven't interacted with me for a week. So here's my thing, Jan B. I'm going to tell you that I know the folks in Washington, D.C. knew because the FBI investigated, because when they began to negotiate the deal with Jeffrey's attorneys, right, in the very beginning, they brought down the head of the Child Exploitation and Obscenities Department of the Criminal Division of the DOJ. The answer is unequivocally yes. Okay, Sammy is vouching for Nahid. All right, let me rotate out because we're trying to do 2K for each. Okay. So Sammy vouched for this top box. Top box, her husband is a, I can hear the drones. Y'all hear the drones? I'm going to unmute her real quick. I just want you to hear. Let me see. You could hear the drones above her. Her husband was martyred, and she has 4 children. This top box. Okay. And she's never been here. But Sammy just verified, just vouched for her. Thank you. Shukran. Shukran, Sammy. Shukran. Thank you, received grace. All right. So here we go. So I want you to, yeah, sis.
I can open it.
Okay. I don't know that you're going to like that flavor, baby. Can I see that flavor? I don't think you're going to like that flavor. Yeah, you won't like this flavor. Can I get a flavor for you that I know you'll like? This one's a yucky flavor. You won't like this one. So you will like, this one tastes like bubblegum. Okay, well, this one is blue raspberry. Okay, you want this one back? No, it's not. It's blue raspberry.
No.
Girl, I know the colors are it, but the flavor. Girl, it is not. I know it's pink and blue, but it is not cotton candy. Yeah, somebody uncovered it. Come on, get one because you got to go back in the back while I work. Because I'm going to have to finish up. Yes, you can have that one if you want.
Okay.
Okay? All right, head on. Back in the back. Thank you for being.
You're gonna get bullets from this.
That's fine. Thank you for being a good girl. All right. Right. She's hilarious. She said, Tutu, no, that's cotton candy. Girl, no, it is not. And she thinks anything that is blue and pink tastes like cotton candy. That's her reasoning in her brain. If it's blue and pink, that means there is another one. Okay, thanks, Kat. I'm going to rotate out. Hold on. I need to do where this one. Wait, shit. Is that the one I just did? My fingers got happy. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. That's the one? Well, damn. I don't know which one is which then. Oh, that's drones. That's drones. It don't matter now. That's drones. 100% that's drones. That's Gaza. 100%. So that one is also verified. Yeah, I was going to say it don't matter. That's drones. That's Gaza. 100%. Listen, I just want for any of you all that are tuning in for the first time, and I know we're talking about U.S. politics, and I know we're talking about Jeffrey and all of those things. I also want you to understand there is no real ceasefire in Palestine. There is no ceasefire in Gaza. Close to 300 Palestinians have been unalived in the last 5 weeks since the quote unquote ceasefire started. Okay. And at the same time that Israel continues to hit Gaza, they're hitting Lebanon on the southern border. And their excuse is, oh, we're hitting the southern border of Lebanon so that Hezbollah cannot regroup. Oh, so you're preemptively unaliving people? It's okay. That's mine.
That was fun.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. I don't use it. Go in there until I finish. So anything that you can do is greatly appreciated because winter is here. I'm going to really, really quickly give you an idea of things, okay? Blankets are around $25 to $30 each. A brand new tent is around $700. Clothing, you are talking $40, $35, any of that for a shirt, for bottoms, things like that. So, yep, I got you, Sammy. I got you. So she said that she is the one that is the martyr of the husband and she supports the children on her own. I'm going to tell you right now that our incredible friend Raja is in need of a new tent. He does not have one and has never asked me to help him get one. He literally has been piecing his together. And they were, yeah, they are still bailing out of water and all the things. He literally yesterday took money out to try to repair the tent. Yeah. So just so that you all understand, when we bring them up and we're trying to hit 2K for them in terms of the magic beans, right? That's pennies compared to what they need. Yep, he has holes and rainwater everywhere. He is very kind and very deserving, 100% Cat. So I'm just going to share this. He doesn't know that I'm sharing this, but I'm going to give you my take. No, Rosalind, I don't. So I asked, I said, if you were going to buy a new / good tent, how much would it cost? And this is what he said. Holla, 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 Danny. I hope you're doing well. The new tent costs about $700. I'm trying to fix what I have and get it in order before the heavy rains. I don't want you to worry, my friend. Don't worry. And I said, holla, 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 Raja. We will do what we can to raise the money for a new tent. He replied, my best female friend, always wonderful. My thanks and gratitude to you. The other day, he said to me, I just need you to be okay. And I said, I just need for you to be okay. I literally said, what do you need to fix your tent? This was the other day. He said, I'm working on fixing it. Don't worry, Dani. Dani is best ever. Don't worry. And I said, how much money do you need to get it fixed? And he said, don't worry, I'll do it in the coming days. The money was withdrawn from the GFM. Thank God. And he is in my link tree, Mama CF. He is. He is. No, the brothers, he would not. You are correct. And let me tell you something. Ahmed Darawi, who I just took down a second ago, the teacher, he literally said to me, Raja needs it. Raja needs it, Dani. Raja needs it. And Raja is one who will never ask to come up. He will never ask. That is Muhammad OS's wife. She is pregnant with twins. She is due in approximately 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. So literally any day now. And things are pretty rough for them in terms of blankets and mattresses. They have a brand new tent because we raised the funds for that back when North Gaza was being hit really badly. And we were able to help them not only get a new tent when they got to the South, but we were able to raise enough funds for them to get a long bed truck to pack up all the things. There are 17 members of his family and got them to the South. Yes, honey.
A number at Mom's house, but the skin was bleeding.
Okay. Today?
No, Mom's house.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
But Bella's skin was bleeding.
It was?
Yeah, at
What-
Mom's house.
What happened to it?
She started sinking the bath, and I don't know, Caitlin and Bella don't know.
She doesn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come look at it in a minute.
Okay.
Yes, sassy girl, it's Raja. It is Raja that needs it. 100%. Yep, and Michael DeBoss took care. No, that was Bilal's rent, I think. Yeah, Linda, it is. It's a GFM, Scotty, ABC, not an app. Thank you, sassy girl. Celia B, there are very few incubators in Gaza. They actually have infants that were sharing oxygen in incubators. The biggest concern is, as you know, twins have, they're usually lower birth weight and they have trouble regulating their heat. And so literally last, yeah, that was the school's rent. Thank you, Witch. That was the school's rent that Michael DeBoss paid for a couple of months. But so it's really, really, I'm about to get emotional. Sorry, y'all. Jeez. As winter comes, it becomes very scary for people with infants because it's cold and they are between the river and the sea. And the people that I've known the longest are the people that we're talking about right now. And like, I feel for everyone. I feel for everyone. And it's just natural that it really tugs at me for the people that I've grown to really know. I have pictures of Muhammad OS's baby, right? If you guys have never seen baby Osama, dear God in heaven, he's beautiful. He is so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. And all he's ever known is war. He's not even 3. All he's ever known is drones and bombings. He does look like a baby doll, doesn't he? Yeah, so I have met Mohammed OS's mom, his sister, his brother was martyred. I have met his little brother and his son, Osama. So I've met 5 out of the 17 family members. Raja, I've seen all 4 of his children and his wife. His oldest daughter popped in the other day. She graduated from high school with a 94, even after 2 years of a G-side. So he does crack up. I don't know if I posted the picture in the Discord of him sleeping. Shanae, listen, the U.S. is responsible for what's happening to him. I want you all to understand we are complicit. Our country is the reason Gaza is in shambles. Without the munitions that we send to Israel, they could not do what they do. We are the reason. Yeah, Jamie, I haven't seen one. What's up, Amoni? But I just want you all to kind of get that. Yeah, he's never on when I'm on anymore. Why do I sound sad? We just started talking, so we've been going through all the Jeffrey stuff, Money. What's up, Alexander? And then I sent messages, but you know, some of my regulars weren't available to come up today, and we've been able to do about 3K for everybody that's come up, and we just started talking. Scotty, are you in the Discord, Scotty? Or do you I know, A-Money. It just, somebody asked me about Mohammed OS, and you know, the twins are coming. I know winter is here. All the things. All the things. Okay, if you open my link, let me tell you exactly. If you're in my tree, Scotty ABC, give me 1 second, you guys over here. If you're in my tree, Titan, get down. It's opening up. Give me just 1 second. All right. So at the very top of my tree, there's a collection that says recently added / discussed. There are 4 links in that. After that is another collection. And there are 13 links in that say Epstein docs. The next group after that says Palestinian support. It's that group. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that section up above Jeffrey. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, Jesus. Cool. It's work when I try to move stuff on here, as Lisa can probably tell you. Did it do it?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, Dani, but earlier I put the what you call it in there, the affidavit, and then I took all the stuff and I put it in the Epstein.
Yeah, I saw it.
Moved it right under recent.
I'm trying to hold on. There it goes. It's moving for me now. So I'm putting the support links. They are the second group. They are now the second group that's there. Okay.
Okay.
So Scotty, you should be able to find it easy. Okay. So the thing to understand and I just want to wrap up on Epstein real quick. The thing that I really want to drive home is that when you look at the Palm Beach police probable cause affidavit, it clearly outlines multiple victims, the crime of wiring money, right? So 3 months ago, when Alex Acosta, who was part of Trump's first administration, who was the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida, sat in front of the House Oversight Committee, and he testified that they did not know that there were other people involved, like Sarah Kellen, like Nadia, right? Like Haley Robson. He was lying to Congress just 3 months ago. Now, for those of you guys that weren't with me earlier today when I was on, I'm going to share something with you. This is the non-prosecutorial agreement that they gave to Jeffrey. And they did this at the end of July. Here is what I want you to understand. Once Washington, D.C. got involved, let me tell you what they said. When they did this plea deal, here's what they said. It appearing after an investigation of the offenses and Epstein's background by both state and federal law enforcement agencies, and after due consultation with the state attorney's office, that the interests of the United States, the state of Florida, and the defendant will be served by the following procedure. So I want to know how giving Jeffrey Epstein an 18-month plea deal for federal crimes against dozens of minor children was in the best interest of the United States. What was that? How was this plea deal? What was it about Jeff Epstein's background that made him qualify for this sweetheart of a damn deal when there was a 53-page, 60-count indictment? It was his work. It was his work with Israeli intelligence, Russian intelligence, and American intelligence. And we have leaked emails that show that. So what we will do is tomorrow, we will get into those leaked emails and we will connect the last pieces of these dots and bring this whole thing into completion in full circle. The other thing that we will get into tomorrow is the report from the Office of Professional Responsibility, because this is the report that Alex Acosta kept saying refreshed his memory and he had no reason to dispute. Don't spell it all the way out, Tori, because TikTok will get me. Zulu King, I don't want to be in Congress, but I appreciate you. Everything that is in the link tree, Tori, they are all methods of being able to do that. So some of them may go by different names, but they are all similar. They all have the same function. So some are GFMs, some are chuffed, some are spot. You know what I mean? They have different names, but they all do the same thing. Somebody tell Steffi S. She's in Fax's live. She's asking him if I'm on YouTube so she can rewatch. The answer is yes. I am on the tube of you. I know that I read some brutal things tonight going through these police reports. I will not do it tonight, but I will do it in the morning. I will upload the link to the Palm Beach probable cause affidavits that I read tonight. I will upload a link to that.
I already put it in there, Dani.
Did you? Where did you get it from?
ABC News. Because when I went to the Internet Archive, it kept acting dumb and wouldn't give me a PDF.
Oh no, yeah, it's not there in the archives anymore. But I have it on Scribd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would be better, yeah. Just replace the one I put in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I just went ahead and let me tell you how much they don't. I went ahead and I actually purchased a membership to Scribd for $12 a month because there are so many documents in here relating to this entire subject. And it is, if I'm being honest, it's overwhelming. To be frank, it's overwhelming. It really and truly is overwhelming. I also have the documents, by the way, that show when he was incarcerated in 2019, and they put him on the self-unaliving watch, and he's saying, I am not self-unaliving. I'm not. I have those documents too. But we can talk about them later. The biggest thing to take away from every bit of this is that our government had a choice in 2006, 2007. They had a choice. And that choice was whether or not to put away a perpetrator who did horrendous things to dozens upon dozens upon dozens of young children, hundreds of young children. And they weighed those young children and the lives of future children against their need for his connections, his intelligence, his information. And they said, the lives of 1,000 children is worth letting him do what he does so we can get this information. And I see that. I see this also in what the entire world has said about Palestine. Western countries can still access their oil. Western countries can still get their resources from the Middle East. So it's okay if Israel commits a genocide, right? They have decided that the resources are worth the lives of Palestinians. Right. And so have the Muslim countries, the Arab countries around. The Arab countries have decided the same. Because I can tell you right now, if the Saudis, if the people of Qatar, if all of those people said, yeah, nah, it would be done. But at the same token, they shouldn't need to, because if we simply did not aid Israel, they would not have that capacity. Everyone has decided that this entire country of people is not more important than the money they can make from the resources. It's the same theme. They say it about our children. Folks, they say it when it comes to pew-pews here in the United States. Our children being safe in school, our children being safer in this country is not more important than the money and the lobbying and the contributions from the NRA. Every time the powerful have the opportunity to save lives, to protect children, to protect the innocent, they choose money, power, and greed over everyone else. And that is why things are shifting. That is why things are changing. What do you mean, Celia B? For the money. For the money. For the money and the power. Listen, it is simple. For the money and the power. So, I can't relate either, Celia B. But I'm going to say this again, you all. We are the change. We are the change. People like my friend Afton Bain, who's running for Congress for the 7th Congressional District in Tennessee, she's going to flip that fucking seat, y'all. She's going to flip that seat, and the GOP is going to lose their mind. People are tired of it. Zoran Mamdani tells you people are tired of it. They just elected another Democratic socialist for Seattle, Washington in the last month. The people are tired of pale, stale, and male putting everyone else secondary to their greed and their power. They're tired. And so when I say this, I mean it with every fiber of my being. We are the change. These things are happening to make us so uncomfortable. We turn, we flip over fucking tables theoretically, and we flip seats in Congress, and we flip seats in our state house, and we flip seats on our Board of Education, and we flip seats on our city councils. You hear me? This is what is happening. We are not powerless. We are the most powerful we have probably ever been, simply because of the power that we have in connection. Do you want to know why this didn't happen 40 years ago? Because we didn't have social media. The only reason people are giving a shit about Palestine right now is because of social media. We are doing it. The people are doing it. Not mainstream media, the people are doing it. And this is why you got to show up every day, ready to go, doing shit while you're scared, speaking truth to power. You know that saying that says, speak truth even when your voice shakes? Speak truth. Let your voice shake. When you're done speaking, go throw up and then come back and do that shit again. They are weak. I look at JD Vance. That is a weak ass man with no spine. Same thing for Trump, except he's just less intelligent. And it's not because they're Republican. It's because they're horrible people. That's it. And I don't like Hakeem Jeffries any better. You want to know why? Because of his AIPAC money. That's why. They better get on board. They better get on board. All them hundreds of thousands of dollars, y'all better get rid of that shit. Don't you take your ass to Israel and touch and kiss no wall again, because you will be primaried. You will be primaried and you will be put out of office. And that's the message we need to send them. And they're getting the message. They are getting the message.
100%. Cory Booker talking like James Tallarico.
Yeah. Yeah. Cory's light-skinned ass ain't ready to leave Congress no time soon. He trying to get on board. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Cory, besides that AIPAC money, I'm going to need you to get rid of that pharmaceutical money.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need you to get rid of the pharma. Listen, if you are big pharma, if you are big real estate, if you are big bank, if you are the NRA, if you are AIPAC, you are not me. Mm-hmm. You are not. Period. I'm just saying. And I don't need them to all be James Tallarico. You can give me some Pete Buttigieg. Give me some Katie Porter. Give me some of that.
Yeah. I mean, they all can't be perfect like James, right?
Listen, I'm just saying, give me somebody with a whiteboard and who writes textbooks. Give me that. Give me Katie Porter back in Congress. Give me that. Right. Give me an AOC. Yeah. Give it to me. I'm just saying, Cori Bush is running Blue Honey Pot. Cori, give me a Melanie Stansberry all day. I'm just saying, this is the direction that we're going. And it is not about Republicans and Democrats. I want to know what your heart is. I want to know what your soul looks like. If your soul is green, you ain't for me.
Right. I mean, I'll take Matthew if he starts talking like a real person when he talks about 100% too. You know,
100%.
Listen, take him too.
I am not moderate opposed, because here's what I understand. I understand if you swing too far too fast, you rebound. What we need is definitive moves in the right direction. And the areas where we could start, right? You want to know who I ultimately work for? Me? Me. Why is that confusing? Anyway, folks, listen. It always tickles me when they say that shit. Do you want to know why people say things like that? Is because you wouldn't do what I do if somebody else wasn't paying you. That's the problem. Oh, in a representative. Girl, I thought you was talking to me. Sorry, boo. Sorry. She said no in a representative. I thought you was asking me, because you know they send them trolls in here. They're always asking. They're always asking who's paying us. And they're always asking that shit. So I was like, really? Okay. Sorry. Whew. I was ready for you, though. I was ready for you. It was quick. Okay. I got you. Anyway, this is the thing, you all. We need to start with healthcare, a livable wage. You hear me? Healthcare, a livable wage, affordable housing, and public education. Yeah. Those four things. Those four things. That's all you got to do, people. Healthcare, public education, affordable housing, and a livable wage. And I'm telling you, this country will be more prosperous than anything you've ever seen. And one of the things that I think we are really going to have to decide and determine as a people is it more important to be seen as the biggest and baddest in the world while your people suffer? Or is it okay if your people flourish regardless of what anybody else thinks? That's what other countries have done, y'all. Other countries, the people are flourishing. The people are flourishing. They are happy. Look up the most happy countries in the world. They're not seen as the most big, bad, or whatever, but they are the happiest. I'm just saying. Right, Uka, let's ask Sweden. So I'm just saying, this is what it comes down to. This is what it comes down to. What is the quality of your life? Because for many people, it sucks. And that is no way to live. That's not living, by the way. That's just existing. That's just existing. So, and by the way, they're trying to do the same shit in Ukraine that they did to Palestine and create some damn ceasefire that literally just means Ukraine capitulating to Russia. I want Zelensky to tell them where to take that damn thing and go somewhere else. But anyway, I appreciate you all coming back for another evening. We've had a long day together. I know that it was rough, so do what you need to do to take care of yourself. If you can't get your feet into the earth and you got plants at home, put some soil in your plants, pot some things, get grounded, right? Do whatever you need to do. And I'm just going to say this to you all so that you understand. I'm a big believer. I love Native American culture, right? When I went to Standing Rock, I learned so much. And one of the things that they just believe in is that we learn so much from the world around us. And I want you to think about this, you all. Does the moon affect the ocean? Do the moon phases, does the moon affect the ocean? Yes or no? Yes, right? That's why we have high tide and low tide, right? Are we mostly water? Are human beings made up of mostly water? Yes. So if the moon affects the ocean and its water, it's natural that it affects us. That's why people always say it's a full moon. People act crazy. People at hospitals and police officers, they say that, right? I want you to pay attention to the natural things that exist around us, right? And the signs that it gives us on how to do things and how to live. This is a new moon. It is a great time for setting new intentions, for letting go of what doesn't work for you, what doesn't feel good to you, what hasn't been working, trying new things, new plans. Let it absolutely go. Just saying. All right. I will see you all tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. East. Yeah, nature speaks to you if you listen. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to go breathe and get these girls settled so that we can get ready for bed. I am still on, but I'm getting off right now. Love you, mean it, folks, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Appreciate you very much. Love you, mean it, guys. Good night.